Hello and thanks for joining us, 2K sports fans, for another exciting presentation of NBA basketball. With Steve Kerr and Clark Hill, there's not a lot of history between these two teams. There still is at least a little bit of a rivalry between these divisional foes.
And, you know, when you see him...
Thomas with the steal, puts the lead pass in front of him. And it's Thornton finishing. Ball against Thomas. He lobs it up, and DeAndre Jordan throws it things for granted.
Well, I think it's still a team that's a work in progress.
You've got to make hero plays. If he can improve that, I think he could really anchor this team offensively.
And the champ. He dishes it to Cousins. Outside for Thornton. Takes the three. That is good. Salmons. High post try. Tries again, and he sinks the layup. And Thornton kicks to Cousins. Outside Thomas. Beyond the arc. And another three.
The ability to work outside much more efficiently.
Here's Crawford. Uses the glass to finish. Thomas against Paul. Landry a screen on Paul. And Jordan with the block. Another shot. And the layup is good. To finish through contact if you're undersized. And Landry can do that too. He can get a guy up in the air. Lean into him.
That's too good a look to pass up there. Even though it didn't go, that's one you got to take.
Landry with a screen for Thomas. Got a piece of it. Here's Paul. And he dunks it down.
Forget about that for a second. How about the burst to the bucket for a point guard? Boy, he can power those down.
Landry gets the bucket.
The NBA in pretty good stead. The Kings sold back in May for a record price of $525 million, and the Seattle group had offered
just 5 to shoot. Collison kicks to Douglas. That ball's
the dime dropping going on out there, Steve.
Now here's McLemore. That's good. Vasquez kicks to McLemore. Trains the three-point game. Kicks it to Douglas. A feather touch on the thing.
Who was also given final say in the front office. For Chris Paul, winning a championship is his ultimate goal. And he hasn't...
And the Kings pushing it up now. He lobs up the... Off the defense, totally off guard.
I remember Tracy McGrady doing that. First guy should really continue to work it down low, Clark. That's really going to free up the rest of their offense.
And he hits it and gets
fantastic setup man he is. So many of their baskets come as a result of one of his assists.
Green. And the officials whistle a foul.
Your first 50-win season, and what do you get for it? Bounced in the first round of the playoffs. It's still progress, though.
And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. I think Coach Mike Malone will try to get them to play a little more unselfishly, Steve, especially at the offensive end.
Just as a team, a lot of isolation basketball. It was not pretty to watch.
Griffin kicks to Green. Puts one up from 19. Here's Wayans. He's guarded by Thornton. And stolen by Cousins. Here's McLemore. That is good. He passes to McLemore. Puts it up from 12. Can't hit. Great D that time from Green. And the basket. Now here's McLemore. Defended by Bullock. And Thornton kicks to Cousins. And he uses both hands. Gives him the lead pass. And taken away by Paul. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Paul's running. And let's swing it over to Doris Burke for an update. Hi, Doris.
Well, gentlemen, the Clippers upgrading their roster this summer, and new coach Doc Rivers feels the new
What will be their focus? Thanks, Doris. Unloads. Good on the shot.
Out of sorts, if you will. Something's off with his mechanics, at least as I look at it. The area they've got to ramp up and improve, and Coach Malone is going to have an opportunity to put his stamp on this team by improving them at the defensive end of the floor.
Gets it to go. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Thornton, and that one's on target.
Shooting percentage always a function of the kinds of shots you get. He's on a good roll after struggling a bit in the first.
He's not a guy they're going to be able to count on the way he's playing in this quarter.
One of the things that really jumps out at you, they've got a nice second unit.
Here's Paul. Sinks the 15th. Defensive tenacity there, too.
Yeah, they had an edge. You know, Barnes really gave them some toughness and some grit. I thought Crawford shoot it.
He feeds it to Crawford. Lets the three fly. Good, and Paul gets the drive by Paul from 10 feet out.
Second half.
Salmons against Barford. Clippers moving the ball around. Here's Griffin. On target from 13 feet. And he gets it back. Thomas goes in. Over Paul. Bounces high off the rim and drops. Griffin sets the screen for Paul. Jordan. And goaltending is going to be...
the officials got an earful as a result.
Byron Mullins is checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Here's Cousins. And that one goes in as he is fouled.
Conference, which was the fewest of any team in the West last year. But of those 14 wins, 7 came against the Pacific. So that's kind
Griffin with the steal. Here's Crawford. Smooth as silk. J.J. Redick is subbed in for Jamal Crawford. Paul kicks to Dudley. Good, and Paul gets it. Was a pretty nice story for this team.
Well, he's always been doubted because he's only 5'9", and he wasn't drafted high.
The drive by Paul. Dudley. And again, they're looking to lock in that rhythm. Thomas off a pick from Landry. Thomas passes to Landry. That's good. Cousins. 5 on the clock. Laid in with a nice touch. And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Here's Collison. Pass to Jordan. That one goes. Feeds to Redick. Fires with 3. That ball's
spot up to shoot from anywhere and also put the ball on the floor a couple times and create a shot inside.
Great shot is right. And like you said, not only threes, but Steve
on the rise, and a very interesting club to watch.
And it's Jordan. That time. Collison dishes to Barnes. That ball's great.
State and the Clippers, so it's going to be tough in that division.
Clock at 4. And here's Barnes for 3. Patterson defending. Collison kicks to Barnes. That ball's up to the sidelines.
During that break, Coach Mike Malone had some words for his team. High percentage looks.
He feeds it to Dudley. And that is good.
Defender when he puts pressure on defenses, so he's got to focus on that end of the floor. And then offensively, he probably shoots a little bit.
Shoots from 12. Here's Dudley, and he converts the layups.
Here in the second half. I mean, it's one thing to get the offensive rebound, but they've turned them all into points.
Pass to Griffin. Here's Barnes. That's good. Kings have gone 2 of 7 from the field in what's been a cold start to the fourth quarter for them. Vasquez, that's on a 17-7 run. Crawford drives in, and the layup's good off the glass.
That hurts him defensively, but he has excellent anticipation. And you can always cross-match him with some of the shorter 2 guards, so he's a valuable player in the backcourt.
Here's Collison, and that one's good. Cousins with a screen for Thomas. Back to Cousins. Off the pick.
Score in that Heat game. It should be a close one.
And that one is stuck right through. Salmons kicks to Landry. He passes to Cousins. Gets to the rim for 2. Makes the lead pass. And the slam by McLemore off the pick from Landry. McLemore, the pass to Landry. Reverses. He takes it up.
And does a job offensively creating some space.
McLemore dishes to Cousins. The Kings making a switch here. Outlaws checked in. Paul kicks to Griffin. Goes up high for the two-handed dunk.
Force when he gets near the hoop.
Back to Landry.
You can see the eye contact there.
A potential momentum builder.
Goes up to the stripe. Again, the Clippers. The Kings trailed by 5. Here's Cousins. And a beautiful feed leads to a... He dishes it to McLemore. Hope they get it back.
Nice hustle to get them a second look.
That misses. Had a chance to tie it there. Here's Paul. And it's blocked by McLemore. seconds left here in the fourth quarter.
It's his fourth foul.
By one. Ball against Thomas. The drive by Paul. And counting. 2 points with a chance for one more. And for Sacramento, they're shooting pretty good tonight at 48%. It's Thomas outside. Money! And that shot brings them to within just one.
That is a clutch shot if I've ever seen one.
Yeah, very gutsy there.
Pass to Salmons. Back to Thomas. Feeds it to Thompson. Outside Thomas to tie it up. The three won't fall. And there's... So it's the Clippers taking the win in a close one. It was tight, but they managed